Alright everyone, and welcome back to another Planet Zoo video. As always, my name is Leaf, and it's just great to have you guys here, especially for today, because we have a lot of awesome stuff. So don't mind the habitat back here. It's not going to be our little focal point. We have a lot of awesome stuff that we're actually going to get right into with paths. So yes, my good friend Kyodenic, who you may know from Jurassic World Evolution 2, well, not 2 modding, 1 modding, because JWE 2 isn't out yet. I'm already doing great, if you guys can't tell, but yeah, so Kai was the one behind the speed controls for JWE 2, not 2, oh my god, for JWE 1, as well as some other, like, pretty groundbreaking mods over there as of late. And they decided to take a little trip over to Planet Zoo because, you know, this game is a lot better than JWE in terms of, like, how you can build and stuff like that. But there is probably a few little minor things that you really don't think about too often. And number one are the path systems. So, as you know, path systems really aren't the best. When you try and make, like, a plaza and stuff, you get, like, all these, like, you know, all these bumps in the road and stuff like that. And then you gotta do stuff like this. It's just not a good system. But with Kai's Path mod, you can take all those, and if you can just orient it right, the system is a little finicky, but if you just orient it right, you can start to get these really awesome plazas. And there's a lot of stuff that you can do with this mod. So the whole name for it is the Free Build No Clipping mod, and you can find it on the Nexus right now, and you can see, like, the path kind of outlines are a little bit shaky, but no, look at this. We got perfectly good looking plazas, and we can do a lot of stuff like this. So we can actually do kind of like switch in over the path type plazas and stuff like that. So if you want to have like a tarmac kind of looking interior to that, you can do that. If you want to change, like, the outer ring out for, let's just say, the block path, you can do that as well. There's a lot of possibilities in here that you're able to achieve. Of course, you will have to deal with stuff like this, so unfortunately, sometimes it really doesn't get overwritten, and that's something that you're just going to have to, like, deal with and kind of figure out on your own time. But besides that, this is such a very awesome mod when it comes to, like, recreations and stuff, so you could accurately kind of do, like, you know, all those large plazas that those real zoos tend to have and stuff like that. So that's really awesome to see. And you can do a lot of other cool stuff too. So you can even put paths underwater. So you can do stuff like this. You could just link it up so it goes kind of like that. And you could just have the paths go over each other and stuff like that. It's really awesome, like, the potential that all this has. And I don't know, it's just very interesting to see, like, how the path system actually works and where guests choose to go and stuff like that. I don't know, it's very awesome. And in addition to that, we also have the barrier system. So you can just do, like, walls right over things. You can do, like, buildings. You can even have walls kind of cross over each other, kind of like this. Yeah, kind of like that. And you can do some pretty interesting stuff with that. I think the hedges may actually have some nice practicality over here. Just because, I don't know, now we can actually use them as, like, in-depth scenery pieces, I guess you could call it. I'm not really sure, but, you know, I'm just trying to think of more and more applications of what you can do with all this. But, you know, the best thing to do is just to download the mod and get working with it. Just try and figure out, like, what you're able to achieve with it all. I don't know, it's just very interesting to see, like, all this come through. And you can even do, like, I don't know, stuff like that, which you really weren't able to do before. I don't know, it's just very interesting to see, like, all these new possibilities come into play, especially with planters and sidewalks. Now, this is going to be really cool to see happen. So you can already tell that I've kind of outlined these paths with the asphalt on the sides. And all you need to do is kind of, like, hold Control Shift, and then you just layer it over here. And then you can also do stuff like that, where you can kind of, like, overlay paths and stuff like that, have, like, a little bit more interesting stairs and stuff. I don't know, it's just a lot of possibilities in here. And, you know, sometimes you might be able to see guests kind of freak out. The path system is a little interesting. There has been some documentation on it from back in the Planet Coaster days, as well as nowadays, but I believe the video has been taken down. It's kind of a pretty interesting system that we could get into for another video sometime soon. But in the meantime, I'm just trying to show you guys what you're able to do with these. So of course you can do planters like this. I know that people love the mulch over here, and people also love to use the gravel for planters and stuff, so I don't know. It's just very interesting to see like these two applications come into play, and you're able to do stuff like that for it. So you can have these beautiful planted gardens and stuff. You can even have like kind of like terraced gardens, and this is just me trying to come up with the concept of it. But yeah, you can do stuff like this. Let me actually get rid of these trees so you can actually see this in the sun. And yeah, we can do stuff like this, kind of outline it in rocks and stuff, because, you know, we don't want to see those nasty ass curbs, you know? Who thinks curbs look good? Gross, right? But no, we can outline it like that. And yeah, there we go. It's just so interesting. And of course, we also have Nick's little gravel mod. Yes, from the Safari Pack. And maybe if you're even interested, you can kind of overlay that a little bit so it just has like a little bit of variety. I don't know, it's just a lot of different applications that you could do with this, and you know, the whole world is your oyster when it comes to this. So now you can do like really nice desert planted areas. I don't know, I'm just really geeking out about the possibilities of this. Like, I cannot wait to go back into Foxborough and start to do like little areas like that, because that is so cool to see start to come through. And you can even plant that out with some rocks and stuff so it looks a little bit more natural. I don't know, it's just very interesting to see like these new developments start to like, you know, make their impact on the scene. But yeah, I just wanted to show this little mod off to you guys in its own little individual view. I will have it in the mod showcase later this week, just to show it off. There are a few other things that are coming out recently that are pretty groundbreaking, but of course this one is probably the most applicable to people all across the globe. And you know what? I forgot to even mention like the best part of this one. If you use this mod in a map and you kind of do like, you know, you have the gravel kind of have its own placement and stuff, it won't affect any downloadable impact it has on maps. So what I'm saying is, if you make this with the mod and you take the mod out, it works perfectly without it. It just kind of like, it alters the way that stuff is placed, but since it has no files that can be non-replicated, I believe, so it's not like the same as new scenery. So if we do like, yeah, the gravel for instance, if you plop that down, load out, and then load back in without the Africa pack installed, the game will crash. But with just the paths alone, you're fine. You're like totally fine. But of course, we're not really sure how that will play into with regards to the updates. We don't really know what Frontier has in store for the next update. Hopefully, we should be seeing more stuff on that for this week. This is going to come out on Tuesday, so hopefully I'll be able to have something in regards to reporting stuff to you guys by that time. And yeah, you can even do like walkthrough aviaries and stuff like that, even though Goron did have a tutorial for something like that before. So you can still do that pretty legitly. But anyways, I just wanted to report on this to you guys. This is a very amazing mod. Go give all the love in the world to Kai for doing this. Kai was really hammering it in on JWE, but they generously stepped over to Planet Zoo just to help us out, because we do need a lot of help when it comes to these smaller, kind of like lower impact, but still kind of high reward mods. But anyways, that is all aside. Thank you guys so much for watching. And you know what? I can't wait to see you guys start to use this a lot more and more. Here we go. We can watch the guests walk through the muck. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Bye-bye now.